satin and really exciting. I thought I'll do it on camera and give myself something nice to do. I am looking for scissors. So these are my biscuit scissors. Just for cutting thread, you might not need really long ones. They're just what I tend to have as my go-to item, but initially I used to cut things that I wasn't meant to cut. Yeah, I have cut the fabric and I've accidentally gauged the distance of where the scissors and my finger is and got my finger cut. It wasn't really much fun, so yeah, if you're sewing, maybe don't be like me and choose the shorter scissors, like Mom's little scissors. She's got stork scissors and they're really short, and I know they're in her chair, which is just over there. But anyways, oh, Mom's gonna say you sound American. Anyway, that would be the Aussie way to say anyways. I have got the thread and
the American ways anyways.
It is. And I've got thread, I've got scissors, I've got part of my bow which I already sort of folded up to work out how I want it. I just have my way of doing it that way. Also have my sewing needles. I can't find one that I haven't taken out of here, and I will have to get some more of these wholesale because they do go blunt, and then when they're blunt they won't go through anything. They won't go through ribbon. They just don't work very well then. Just moving things off from here that I could spill my coffee on, because I've also got my cup of coffee, which is delicious, although it's instant coffee, so it's not super wonderful. I think it was an Nespresso, no, not Nespresso, Nescafe. They made a new blend of coffee, and I bought it when I thought people were coming to help in the yard. Yeah, the ones that I said about not turning up, and it's really good. So I usually measure my thread the desired length that I think I need for making a bow on the sewing needle. Much easier that way. So I'm keeping the hand sewing needles because probably in a few weeks time I'll get one of those sewing needle sharpeners, and it can sharpen sewing needles and also sewing pins, which I use more of the other little quilting clips. Some people might call them wonder clips. You might have heard them called that before. So yeah, I really love the wonder clips, particularly for making a makeup bag, or something where I have to hold it together, and some things I don't have to worry about, like it's not going to make a hole, or all of those kind of things. So you might, not that you ever see it, like how many people have made a garment with sewing pins and gone, I want it, and how many people who made that garment had someone come up and say, hey, you use pins rather than wonder clips and it can find a hole in your dress. I don't think anyone. So when I make hair bows, like to secure my thread first. Other people like to tie a knot. I do not find that tying a knot works for me, because usually my knot is heaps smaller than the hole that the needle made to put through fabric, and I would rather know that I secured it this way and that I don't have that trouble of, oh, I pulled it through and I need to tie another knot, or when I tie my knot does not go over the top part of the first knot that I tied, and then my knot goes through the fabric as well if it doesn't go over the two knots or I have two separate knots on the one bit of thread, and then it just never works. So just you're not tying kind of girl when it comes to sewing. So I've got like this bone kind of colour that's going to be one of the hair bows. It's very exciting to be getting it all done. That is so exciting and makes me feel so happy. Really, really, really good. I know I said that word a lot, but yeah, I've been working on bows for a while, and with doing this lot of hair bows, I pretty much have just realised that it's going to take me heaps more lots of thread than I realised, and these are ones that I had cut out ready to go a while ago as well. But alas, at least they were cut and ready to go, so that's really good. Yeah, just it's a learning curve when you're making something new, like how many materials do I need for my new product. And I know I've only ever had very limited bow stock online before. That's something that I would love to change, and that is why I am making some first, and they may predominantly go to markets until I'm all ready with all of the products for doing my launch. And yeah, I want to change the theme that I use for my Shopify. Right now I use one of the non-paid themes for Shopify. So yeah, it was really good just to, you know, start out and have a go with it. But I want to change it. I can hear sirens in the distance, so something's happening. Maybe a crash on the highway, who knows? I don't know. Hope that whatever it's for, whoever it is okay. So yeah, just never really know what's going on in other person's lives or in other parts of your town or the world. But yeah, I just have gratitude that, you know, like we are living a good life, and yeah, that God gave us what we need. That's what I got up this morning, I turned the television on, and I got to listen to the end of Troy Black, and he was talking about how God's given us all what we need. And yeah, I'm not going to go into what he was talking about because I wouldn't give it justice, but yeah, it was very, very interesting. So if you would like to know more about that, just head over and watch his channel, and yeah, then that would be really, really cool, because you don't need to hear me trying to say something that someone else said verbatim, because yeah, then it would be me. But yeah, that was a really nice start to the day. Then I found another YouTube video that I didn't really get to watch much of it, to be honest. I got a little bit impatient and went back to bed, and maybe yeah, just needed to get a little bit more rest. Some things I've been thinking about some things and reflecting and having deeper thoughts about something, so it was nice just to rest a little bit more. And yeah, then I just want to be more intentional about, you know, maybe listening to some worship music while I'm sewing or singing, or all of those kind of nice things that would be really nice. So just working out how that works, particularly when I am doing recording. YouTube doesn't like me singing songs because of copyright, and I just don't want to really do the whole annoyance to them with the copyright kind of thing. So I don't really get to listen to a lot. This is going to be pretty. Can't wait to see what this is going to be like. So I know that someone and yeah, she's one of my favorite crafters. She sews bows without folding the pleats first, and they always look amazing. I just don't like it. I just have to measure everything first, and I don't know if that was the fault of me doing part of a science degree with uni, like where rulers were also important and lines had to be straight, and I'm just like the measuring kind of sewer, I guess. But it's all good. Everyone's got different skill sets, and yeah, this creator and crafty lady, she can just sew things without having to do all these measurements. But yeah, I just have to check, and you know, I've not made dozens of these, but you get there in the end. And being a perfectionist, to me, it's like as long as I have the perfect product, then whatever way I had to do it to make that product doesn't really make me feel concerned or make me worried. I think the color of this is going to be very pretty, particularly once it's finished. This was the one, it was a bit stretchy, and yeah, it was a bit of a frustration that the sewing machine wasn't sewing very well, and it turns out that I had the pressure turned down far too low and the fabric was slipping, and there were just like inch-long pieces that were not getting sewn. It was very frustrating because I was wanting to sew these together, and I wanted to do it before I went out. Yeah, so I have a really good friend that I met when I was younger, and she doesn't live in Australia. She's actually from America. So yeah, hello to you, lovely. It was really nice getting to see you, and I hope that you actually get to watch this video, and I'm definitely telling her that I mentioned you in my YouTube video. Yeah, so I caught up with her, and yeah, we're really good friends, and it was lovely to catch up. You'd be like one of the best friends I've had in my life, particularly up in Queensland. And yeah, anyone I knew from Canberra, I was a kid and I probably lost contact with them anyway. So, but yeah, there's like a handful of people that have been important in my life, and yeah, this friend was just she's one of them. And yeah, there's like a few other people that have been really important to me in my life. Obviously my mum is the most important person. She brought me in the world, and yeah, she's been super important. But yeah, some other friends who have been encouraging to me have been really important to me. The lady that used to be my gymnastics coach, she was, yeah, really, oh, she's super important to me in my life. She was the one who really encouraged me to start my business, and I mean to start taking action towards selling things for my business and to go to markets, and yeah, just push past all of that, all of those thoughts that might have been holding me back. Or it's like sometimes you need that in your life, you need like a coach or like someone who can just be a little bit supportive and encouraging. So yeah, she's her name is Jody, and yeah, Jody, you know who you are as well. And yeah, thank you so much for all the encouragement that you gave me in the early stages when my business was just my hobby. And yeah, you helped me turn that from hobby to business and make that transition, which can be really scary to start with. And to have someone like you in my corner has just been really amazing. And yeah, sometimes I just sit here and wish that, you know, life coaching, you know, the course, like it existed and things were different. But then in that sense, I don't know if my life would be different now, and I love how my life is right now and where God's got me in my life. So I love all of that, and I appreciate all of that and where I am now and everything that I'm being through to grow me and to make me into the person who can make a difference in the future. And yeah, I'm still really quite passionate about all the psychology and the different thought processes and what goes into someone becoming a life coach. Definitely. But it's not something that I have really had clarity on. I'm definitely interested in it, but yeah, I don't know how that's going to happen right now. And yeah, it's like someone called Danny Johnson once said, Jodie, I don't know, all I know is. And I just feel like that. I don't know about becoming a life coach. I don't know the method of how that is supposed to work. But all I know is I'm stepping into the plan that God has for me, and yeah, I'm successful in growing my business. It's almost 2 years old, and that's really just exciting. I think it's an achievement that, you know, I'm reaching that 2-year mark, and it's a super happy, exciting moment for me to be thinking about that. So yeah, even though I don't know like how I would become a life coach or why it didn't happen or anything like that, I am just trusting God's plan. And yeah, who knows what the future holds. None of us really know what the future holds. And right now I am a scrunchie maker and a bow maker. I make makeup bags, which I never envisioned that I would have been making makeup bags, you know, like 2 years ago, or just a bit before that 2-year ago time frame. So it's so exciting. And yeah, May, I believe it's like the 24th of May, when I asked to be away, my business turns 2 years old. So yeah, she's kind of beautiful is almost 2, but not quite yet. So I'm working on different product releases, which is really, really good. Another person, oh, this sewing needle's not going through where it's meant to. It's gonna finish off. Another person that I would say I don't get to talk to a lot, like Jodie. I don't get to talk to Jodie that much anymore. Which is sort of, yeah, I miss you, Jodie, but yeah, I understand. And that's the main thing. The other person that I really love and I really think very highly of is the beautiful Nikki. So Nikki, yeah, you just always have a way of encouraging people. You are super, super positive. It is incredible how you do your running, and yeah, I believe it's like triathlon, or yeah, that kind of like swimming, running, cycling. I think that's what you do, but I know it's something to do with runnings. I'm thinking it might be marathons and not triathlons, but I think you swim as well. And oh my gosh, how can my brain get so blank about that? I apologize. I have to check out your stuff more. And I have to ask you ladies that I've mentioned your names. Do you love the hair bow that I just sewed into a bow? So yeah, she's a gorgeous bow. And yeah, I don't know what name I'll give the bow, but yeah, that's like a bone kind of coloured satin, and I'm not sure how much more of it I have got, but yeah, that's my first bow that I've sewn ever on camera. I need to keep on doing work, so Actually, the one I picked out here is a tail bow, which I haven't checked how I'm meant to do the pleats for that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I think it gets more pleats if it's on here. And it's just working how many pleats I need to fold in. Yeah, so I was talking about Nikki, like I think it's so fascinating how you're so good with doing all of the different things, like your athletics and all of that, and then some other things that you do as well. So good. I'm not a great multitasker, so while I grabbed this bow out and said I have to work out how I'm pleating the top part of this because it's bigger, I definitely lost my focus. Nikki, you're very good at switching people's mindsets, and yeah, just helping people to see things in a different way and in a better way than they originally saw those things, and just yeah, removing mindsets. It's really amazing. So I definitely appreciate you so much. So yeah, it was lovely getting to meet you and get to know you really well at Life Design so many years ago. And yeah, I believe I gave you a scrunchie, so yeah, not sure if you still have it, but yeah, if you do, that's amazing. Concentrating on doing multiple things at once. Good skill. I just want the plates to sort of meet in the right place, and if any of you know what satin's like, it's slippery. Right now it's slipping. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, I've also got a family that I really love and care for, so yeah, that's all good too. And oh, there we go, that will work. I just want to get that first bow so that the pleats are facing all the same way together, so the bow actually will look really good. And this will be for the tail bow. I'm not too concerned for how I pleat the tail, like it's just gonna pretty much sit like my own bows that I have a tail on, but I put them on separate when this is, not that this isn't my bow, when this is like a ribbon bow, I make the bow and then I put the tail on instead. So yeah, exciting things that have happened recently. So I had an order for hair claws come today, and that was really exciting. And they're so pretty. There's a lot of pinks and a lot of floral hair claws. Some matte ones came with the pink hair claws, so there's a couple more matte pink ones. There's some with hearts on them. A lot of mama hair claws that have got mama on the side of them. Yeah, for all the mums for Mother's Day, there's a few of those. I think definitely no more than 10, and I will be having them at the Mother's Day market at Distillery Road. That is on the 10th of May. However, I have not done a lot of research into the time of that right now, so you should make sure that you come down to the Distillery Road market on the 10th of May. And yeah, if your mum has got long hair, she might love mama hair claw. I know that if my mum had really long thick hair, she'd love a mama hair claw, because they're just super sweet and lovely. And yeah, obviously I'm a mum, so I'm not gonna wear one of them. So yeah, people are gonna definitely, I hope that they love them and get to buy them. And so that's one of the really lovely hair claws. Yeah, different to the others. So it was nice and exciting for all of those to come through. There's also a few new shaped kind of hair claws, and I popped them all into their little box. So I have to take some photos and put it on my Facebook. So if you would love to see a photo of them, please go over to Shekinah Beautiful on Facebook, and hopefully I will have taken the time to link that and pop that Facebook link into the video as well. Usually I think with the laptop, I think I need to end up emailing across the link, but yeah, I can do that. And then yeah, you peoples can check out the new hair claws that came in today. It's always lovely to get a new fresh order and some new products. So I just wanted to have some things for Mother's Day and for the market, and I wanted to have hair claws stock for the market that is in May as well, which is the Caravan Festival. And yeah, so far all the others I haven't scheduled yet, and I know I had to make a phone call as well, which about another market, because I have applied but haven't heard back. So maybe the email or the application just got a little bit missed over. So I want to give them a call and yeah, have a chat to them. So that was a market in Brisbane that I really wanted. So we'll see how that goes. So I've got plenty of hair claw stock for those markets. Makeup bags, they have started to sell really well. They're definitely a very popular item. So I will have makeup bags at my markets for sure. And so far I have sold 3 makeup bags, and I look forward to making that more. So I think I made about 9 to 10 makeup bags that I have had in stock, and I've sold 3. So it's just been really encouraging to me to see that stock move. And I wasn't even trying to sell them at the times that they've sold either. Like pretty much just people have seen them, or like a lovely customer, like she saw them as well. So that is really amazing. They are all it's best to wash in cold water for them. Yeah, they're all, I pretty much, particularly my newest ones that I'm doing, I actually give them a bit of a wash after I sew the wadding and the fabrics together. So they're sort of pre-washed, but not so much, not the linings, but the outer part is anyway. But I just reckon when you're washing cold water, you just know that you're gonna do better with if you've got darker colours. Sometimes darker colours run, like a lot of my fabrics don't know, but it's always better to wash in cold. It's always the hot water that causes running. Don't really like washing in hot water. It's also a lot more expensive, and yeah, it's just not the best way to do it. And then just like air drying and a bit of sun, that would be the best way to dry them as well. And then that way you just know that you're not like making anything wear out unnecessarily because it was in a dryer. started to come undone. I don't know if the thread perished or I don't know what they used to stitch with, but yeah, it's just like all the things, it doesn't really last forever. And that is the story of my pink Jane pants that I actually need to put a stretch needle in the sewing machine and hold the seams together the best way that I will be able to do it, and find some pretty pink cotton, which I actually think Rosette might be the best match, and just stitch along that line in pretty pink so that I still have a seam even if it's not cover stitch, and at least I could wear it around the house. But I reckon I'll wear it out. I often will even have to wear them under a skirt because it is more comfortable, particularly in the hotter weather. Yeah, then you just with shorts, you don't get skin rubbing, which is not great. So that is what I do to manage it, and so far it works really well. But yeah, unfortunately the clothing wearing out. I don't know if it's because I put them in the dryer. I think it might be why. So I'm just realizing my cooking video was actually the one that was very interesting, and now this doesn't seem as interesting. Just me sitting here and talking about I don't know what. Talking about dryers and clothing and washing. It just sounds so boring. Like you can't get passionate about it. It's one of those tasks that you just go, there's no sun out today and I don't own a dryer, so there's no point to do any work in the laundry. It's not a fun thing, doing laundry. Not the most fun task in the world. Cooking, on the other hand, you can eat it, even if it does make a mess. And there's that wonderful thing called a dishwasher, and it works every single day of the week as long as you have power in your house. So even if it's raining, it still works. It just didn't work when Alfred was here because we had no power, and that wasn't fun. So yeah, that is that. This is the first tailbow I've ever sewn together. This is taking me so much time to do. It's gonna be pretty when it's finished. My goodness, I've got dry skin. Here's some Inica cream for my skin before Christmas time, or before winter I mean. Yes, so just so that I don't have to have skin that gets too dry. Otherwise it will just catch on things. It's not what I want to happen. So this is a pretty pink one that I am sewing up right now. Should try sewing that as I go. I think my Jodie friend and my Nikki friend would say, Erina, you mustn't say the try word. But yeah, rather than folding it, I'm just going to sew it as I go. There we go, and then it will be a bit faster and easier, and it's fiddly, that's for sure. There we go, 2 more pleats I think. And then this will be my first tailbow that I have ever made. I have to make these in lots of different colours and make them all very pretty. Oh, it's caught. The tail needs to not be in the wrong place. It's not coming out. One of the words I thought was like the C word, which it's can't. and I wasn't going to say can't. I'm really very conditioned not to say the word can't. So Jodie, you'll remember this, and I hope you're going to watch this. Now you have to watch this because I keep on mentioning your name. That when we were at gymnastics, if we said this word, we had to do like 100 sit-ups, and it's like, oh my gosh, I think that it would be a challenge to do that many sit-ups these days. But yeah, some of us, we said that word and we had to do 800 sit-ups. Now me, Erina, as an adult, does not say the word can't because she remembers having to do 100 sit-ups if she said it. So you did a really good job of training me not to say that word. And I don't say that word. So it's actually really amazing. It's good to learn how to be success-minded from such a young age, and positivity and all of those kind of things. You've definitely shaped my life a lot in that way. And yeah, I miss gymnastics. It's the most incredible sport that you can ever do. Just even the discipline and the strength and everything that you learn from it, it's just very amazing. So I definitely miss it. This is so pretty. It's very pink. A gorgeous bow. Just would be amazing for one of our darling mothers. It'll be one that you would have a French barrette to wear it in your hair, and yeah, pretty much just down the middle. Could be like, I reckon it'd be nice as a ponytail, particularly if you had long hair as well. I think for now I don't have a lot of the French barrettes that are for thicker hair or for tying all of your hair back. I've got the 8cm size that are good for like ponytail kind of like half hair up, holding it in the hair that way. So I've got some of those, and I think that would look really pretty, particularly if the hair's shorter. That would work really well. Otherwise, I have to order more hair clips for the bigger size. I am working on it. So all of these things, if I order through the app that I order through, they make me buy a lot in one go, and it gets a bit expensive because it's like I have to come up with $70 to $100 just for an order, which can be a lot when a business has lots of different expenses. So I got some from Amazon. It works out more expensive, but I also got them in bulk, and then it comes to the house straight away. I will not order from eBay because the time I did order from eBay, product came open. Someone in the post office had opened it up, and they helped themselves to some of the clips because they thought that was the right thing to do. Believe it or not, that package online, it said it went through Woodridge post office. I was like, okay, Woodridge, Australia Post. I hope, not a stereotype, but I thought maybe that explains it. But yeah, if I offended anyone, I'm really sorry. Yeah, so I was like, I don't know if that's why, but yeah, it got stolen. So I was like, I don't want to order that way. I think it was partly the packaging wasn't very good or something fell out, and Australia Post said if I wanted to do anything about it, I had to surrender the package, and they would have it for about 4 weeks until they did their investigation. And I was like, so I'm not going to have hair course and make anything stock for Christmas? No way. So yeah, that's what happened. So this one, it's really very gorgeous. And yeah, that's 2 of the hair bows made. I guess you can guess what they're going to end up looking like. And yeah, I've got like like a peachy kind of colour. I've got a purple one in the other style. I've also got the tail bow in this colour that I did the other kind of style bow. That one, the 3-tiered bow in a pink, a purple tail bow, and some more peachy tail bows. And a 3-tiered bow in peach. So I think I'm going to do them off camera because I've been sitting here for a while and I need to get up and move, and yeah, I might have to watch a movie while I make these up, or I just pace myself a little bit. So maybe have a break and get back to it. I might have to start drinking cocoa rather than coffee. It's just like a habit. Instant coffee is pretty bad, so it's like no point to have it. So I've got these that I need to make up, and yeah, I might do a video after I finish sewing balls so that you can see what they all look like. And yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of work off camera now, and yeah, I'll get back to you later with the rest of my making. So that was all of the bows that I just showed in photos. So yeah, I feel like hair is hiding on my face. That is slightly better. So I sewed all of those ones together, and in between my recording I have also been cutting out fabrics for more bows. And yeah, sorry, I just knocked the camera with my phone, so it sort of jumped a little bit, but I guess we're getting there, so that is really good. And yes, this is a different day, and yeah, I can't remember what I was wearing that day that I sewed bows, but I know I had a scrunchie in my hair and it was a really pretty colour pink. I do have more of that satin, so we'll see how we go with making more satin scrunchies. I know I've got the Mother's Day scrunchies to do, and then I'll hopefully be adding satins in, but I'm super busy, so we'll see how we go because I've got lots to get done. And so I have been cutting out all of these fabrics. Some of the fabrics behind there, they are pretty much just off-cut pieces. Some pieces might be 9 inches long and I might need to use them, but I'll pretty much be chopping them so that they can go into centers. There's like the screwdriver for the sewing machine. I think I probably opened it up. It is the overlocker one, but I've worked out how to use it, and I bet you when I'm not looking for it again, the short one will turn up again. Also, I got a new cutting mat because mine was going into holes, so I thought I treated myself to this one, and yeah, just it wasn't cutting, and Satin was sort of getting stuck into it, and it's okay, but it was just really annoying. And there's also a yellow cloth that I use to clean the iron that seems to be outside of the cupboard for some reason. I don't know why it's not in its drawer, but it just gets sticking out. So definitely with those sewing pills, always got to do some tidy up as we go at some point. I've got this beautiful purple colour for the tail bows, and I am waiting on getting some pretty purple thread that will match it, or having a look in the Gutermann pile of what I already have, so that I can sew the little gaps together where I had to turn them in the right way. Then I've got all of these ironed up, so I put them in ascending order so I don't get confused about what one is what, so that I know what the components of the bows are. And I usually iron them in half because that makes it so much easier to tell where the center is. I kind of like to center everything. This morning Mum and I had to go out, and because we had to get there really early for an appointment Mum had, we got up at 4 a.m. so that we could enjoy a coffee and leave by 7. While I was not doing things that involved getting ready or drinking coffee, made all of these. So I sewed all of the pieces together. I find it easier to sew individual components, so all of these got done. Also, a lot of the ironing, it took me a lot of time yesterday. Then I've got all of these tails, which I am going to iron in half, because then I get a bit of a line to help me center everything and sew it all together. And then those pieces that I showed you, I will be pretty much sewing them all to each other and then sewing them to the tails, which I have to iron in half first. So that is pretty much what I'm doing. So using the Janome limited edition sewing machine that we have, that we managed to pick up secondhand, which was never been used before. It was brand new, and it is the Quilters Companion 4618QC, and it does its best to always sew good. I think it was missing some stitches with the Satin, so I have got my sewing machine set to the 3rd pressure so that she does all the stitches and doesn't miss in between stitches, because she was leaving like, let me see, like an inch. There we go, I can focus, like really big gaps, like the distance in between my fingers. It's just leaving really big gaps in my sewing and not sewing very well. And then we put the tension on number 3 for the rosette thread, because it was snapping it when it was on number 4. And then we got this nifty little stopper thing right here, that white bit. So that is really good. The thread can go around on the thread spool and it doesn't catch on anything. So that was a little gift from Janome, which was really great. So I have finished ironing all of my tails in half, and I've chopped all of the pieces apart and popped them together kind of how they go, but just have to make sure that all of the measurements are right before I sew things, because we all know what satin's like. It moves all the time. All of the rest of the bow components are sitting there waiting to go. And then I've also got this one here. I am missing two of these kind of pieces, so I need to cut out more before I can sew and make that. And then pretty much I've got 2 extras of these, and those are the ones that I did not sew together, so I have to I guess finish doing those. So this would have been 10 more bows all in total with the pink and the white. However, because I am short 2 of these centerpieces, it is going to be another 8 bows for me to sew those parts together. So I will get on to doing that off camera. And yes, I am super excited about seeing what all of those pretty hair bows are going to look like. What I want to do is, once they are finished or like getting closer towards being nearly finished, so sewn all together and sewn into a bow shape, then I will take some photos and pop them on my Facebook. So please head over there and like my posts and that page, give it a share for me. I would love it if you could share this video, and also the post that I'm going to put a little bit later on of once I have photographed all of those bows that are all getting ready to go onto the bow hardware. Yes, that would be absolutely amazing. And I thank you to everybody who has been supporting my channel so far. I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do lives without you. I had to have 50 people subscribing just so I could do a live video on YouTube. So thank you all so much. If you've come across my video and you loved it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my video. And yeah, for all you regular peoples who watch and have subscribed, please help me out by sharing it, because I am wanting to grow my channel more. I am beyond grateful that I already have 68 subscribers. I guess before the middle of the year it'll be great to see it at least up to 100, but I am aiming towards that 500 subscribers. That would be really good to work towards that. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have had a wonderful day and that you have a beautiful week. Bye.